Well, if the latest episode of Jersey didn't open your eyes to what's really going on over there, then there's gotta be something wrong with your eyes. Fresh off the back of that big fight between Danielle and Jennifer Aiden, two big marquee events brought all the women together. Again. Well, most of them. The show opens with Jo and Melissa taking her mom out to dinner. Melissa's concerned about her mom because she's once again a widow, and Melissa's worried that if she doesn't have a man, she might get lonely. Her mom, on the other hand, is only looking to play the field and does not feel the need to commit to another man. She's looking for a good time, not a long time. Then Margaret goes over to see Dolores so the two of them can hash out that weird, awkward energy that Jackie decided to insert. These two are friends, real friends. And because of it, they can be honest with each other without the other one getting offended. And the root of their issue stems around the fact that Margaret was upset with Dolores. She was hurt that after the reunion last year and everything that went down, Dolores and Polly still decided to go out to dinner with Teresa and Louie. Margaret says, "I was too devastated last year to even go out to dinner. And then I see pictures of you out to dinner with Teresa and Louie." And then Margaret says, "And did I say fucking Dolores, the only reason why she went out to dinner with them is because Polly loves them so much?" Yes, I did. And do I feel like Polly likes them more? Yes. Dolores says back, "That's not true." Dolores says, "You pulled away." And Margaret confirms that after the reunion, they did step back and take a break. But then they fixed it and moved on from there. Because that's what good friends do. Jackie. Then Danielle shows Nate the dress that Melissa gave her to wear from Envy, and Nate asks Danielle if she's talked to Teresa lately. Danielle says that she came to the launch party, but all she did was defend Jen. Danielle says that what's right is right and what's wrong is wrong, and what Jen did was wrong. And unfortunately, Teresa's just not having her back, and that seems to be a reoccurring theme in her life. Nobody goes to bat for her. And when she sees Jennifer tonight, she's not going to say a word to her. Then her energy completely changes when she goes stage 5 stage mom, telling us that her kids are going to be starring in a Kids Bop video. Danielle really wants her dad to be there, and she's bummed when she learns that he might not make it. Then it's the day of Melissa's big Envy fashion show, and Teresa helps Jen Aiden get ready for the big event via FaceTime. As Melissa runs her models down the runway, Danielle and Nate arrive, and they promise her and Jo that they will be on their best behavior tonight. And Jo offers Melissa some last minute help to get dressed. And come on, you can say a lot about Jo, but you can't say he's not consistent. Then over in Marge's kitchen, she shows everybody the socialite chic outfit that Melissa sent her to wear from Envy. Over at Dolores and Polly's place, he's actually helping Dolores pick out an outfit to wear because I guess she didn't get gifted like the other girls did. And while they're in the bedroom, Dolores is telling Polly about all the dysfunctional dynamics that are happening between her friends right now. And Polly says, "Yeah, seems like everyone's spiraling a little bit." Then it's showtime, and just before the curtain rises, Melissa gives her models a pep talk and gives herself the old, "Jesus, please let this go well." Then Jen Fessler walks in an outfit from Envy. She cops a squat with Margaret and Danielle. Then Marge asks her if she's planning on talking to Rachel. And Jen says, "I don't know. She's always hurt. I've always done something. But actually what I'm doing is my best to protect her family." And Marge says, she just feels like, why does her family need to be on the defense? And Fessler says, "I'm not putting her family on the defense. It's enough." Then Fessler asks Danielle if she's planning on talking to Jen Aiden, and Danielle says, No, I have nothing to say. But if I did have something to say, it would be, Jen, you are an effing bitch. I hate everything about you. You were lower than the scum on my shoe. Honestly, I wish nothing but the worst for you. I want to wipe the floor with you Monday through Sunday night. I effing hate you. But other than that, I have nothing to say. Then the guys, being the sweeties they are, form a support circle around Frank, who is still not engaged. He had planned to take Brittany to Costa Rica, but sadly had to change those plans because his dog died. Then Rachel walks over to sit with the girls in her outfit that was gifted by Envy. And just as she did, Marge turns to Jackie and asks her if her outfit came from Envy. Jackie says, no, I haven't been to Envy in a long time. And Marge says, yeah, I know. Marge says, she sent us all these dresses. And Jackie says, she sent who dresses? And Marge says, us. She sent us all these dresses. And Jackie says, she didn't even offer. And now Jackie's really rattled. She grabs her stuff. She stands up. She says, you know what? I know where I stand. I know who my true friends are, and walks away. Heading right for Jen Aiden, who is greeting Dolores, who had just walked through the door, and who is not wearing clothes from Envy. And the fact that Dolores isn't wearing Envy makes Jackie think that she isn't the only one that was left off the list. Dolores calls Jackie dramatic and says that she has no idea how Margaret tolerated her for so long. And I don't disagree. So now it's Dolores, Jackie, and both Jens, Aiden and Fessler. Then Margaret walks over, gives Dolores a big hug, and Jen Aiden says, "Hello, Margaret." And Marge very nicely turns and says, "Hello, how are you? How you holding up?" And Jen says, "Fine, but you could have checked on me." Margaret says, "You're right. I'm sorry." And then Jen told Margaret that she's pretty. Jen called Margaret pretty. So, progress? Then it's showtime. Melissa gives her models a pep talk and gives herself a "God, Jesus, let this go well." All the models look lovely, except, I gotta say, Tiffany with the pretty teeth looked a little like Ramona with the crazy eyes. But the show's a hit. All of Melissa's friends are hooting and hollering, except Jen Aiden, who leans over and asks the woman next to her if Melissa actually designed any of these clothes. The woman said no, and poor Jen Aiden just couldn't seem to wrap her head around the fact that Melissa would want to showcase the clothes that she's selling in her store. Then Melissa comes out for a victory lap, and Jen Fessler declares it the best fashion show ever. Then it's time for the big Namaste Bitches live show. Teresa walks in, she loves the look of the place, and then she goes to find her co-host Melissa Feaster, who Teresa refers to as the good Melissa, not the evil bitch that her brother married. Teresa meets up with all the other housewives before the show starts, and she tells them all that she's been going through a lot. Jen Aiden says, "Yeah, every time I talk to her, her stomach's in knots." Jackie says, "Is it family?" And Teresa says, "Just a lot of things with the court and Louis." And Jen says, "And with his ex." And what she's referring to was that court case where Louis was found guilty of actually sending a plant into his ex's psychotherapy office to try and get information on her. Teresa says goodbye to the girls. She goes backstage to get ready. Then the show starts. Teresa and Melissa take the stage, and Teresa tells everybody that this is about finding her peace and that she's going to read something out of her journal. So she does, and nothing but nonsense spills out of her mouth. Then it's intermission. All the girls meet Teresa in the back. Teresa attempts to broker peace between Jen and Danielle. Jen says, "It's a church." And Danielle says, "I'm surprised it didn't burn down with your ass in it." And then as Danielle is walking out for part 2, she leans down and tells Jen, "You look like shit." And Jen screams at Teresa, "You want me to